Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Thomas Edison, my friends, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. That is all we ask. And again, you never know how close you are to success. Stick with it, because the beautiful thing about success here in learning how to chart the markets is once you master it, it makes up for all the time you ever spent. Think of having the skill set of being able to trade at will in the markets. My friends, that's what you're learning. Let's jump into these charts. We see the S&P 500 down just a little bit. It's pretty much flat, but 0.01. Did reach a higher high, though. As we look at what happened over the course of the day, we can see that we hit 524.61 last week, 524.11. So again, still moving along. We're still long in the market. So moving the right way. Let's look at the NASDAQ 100. Now, as we look at it, it was down 0.19%. The high last week, 449.34. This week, 447.23. So not reaching a higher high. And we can see where back last Thursday morning, the NASDAQ hit its most recent high and then has been moving back on average since then. So again, more weakness being shown there. When we look at the volume this week, remember this is a shortened market week. Markets are closed for Good Friday tomorrow. So we're not going to get to the average on the NASDAQ or the S&P. So we're giving that a little bit of leeway. You can see all the volume in the afternoon with that doji that showed on the NASDAQ. You can see on the S&P all the volume as things reached the peak and then pulled back a little bit. Let's go on to where we are with TLT 20-year bonds, down 0.07%. Again, we don't have a trade on this because you can't read it. It's just going sideways. We got no volume to help us out. This last volume looked like market tried to move up and then was dying, but then after 3 weeks started moving up and then sort of dead and then down, and just we can't figure out what's going on. So guess what? You just leave it be. Wait for it to start setting up some beautiful patterns like it has plenty of times before, like it did with the last down move, where high volume hit the interim low, turned around with a green spinning top with lots of volume and shot up. That was a beautiful long trade. Well, we don't have anything right now. So guess what? Just keep your powder dry. Let's move on to gold. Gold booming up today. 1.29%. Just when you thought gold was letting you down, it takes off. Remember, we had that high from Wednesday. The Wednesday, Thursday, that was the 20th and 21st of last week on the 2-day candle, and it just wasn't getting up there until Thursday, this first day of this latest 2-day candle, a booming. So again, the prior high was what? 203.92, now 206.05. So we are still long gold. That's looking beautiful. Hey, let's look at HODL. That is the Bitcoin ETF. What is it doing? Up for the day, 3.31%. Still hard to figure what's happening with Bitcoin after that huge blow off last week and that lots of indecision in the doji. And then this week, trying to gear up again. You can see on the 2-day chart, not much to say when it comes to volume over the last many days. What is Bitcoin doing? Is it going to be able to get more steam and get up? That's just hard to tell, my friends. Don't have an answer for you. As we look back in time on the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart, we can see where Bitcoin has rolled back and forth, but never falling off the wagon so much. Have we seen it do that, or at least back over the last year or so, and then regarner things? Let's do a little bit more of an in-depth look there, see if we can find anything like that. We've seen it blow off steam, slide sideways, and then dip. Then, of course, these were the blips we had last year where it would gain just about everything it was going to that first week and then never hit a higher high and then roll back over. Not the kind of thing you want to be jumping into. So this is a weird one. If we look back at, again, what we've seen, that typically isn't going to go anywhere, but I don't know. With all the new interest in Bitcoin, Bitcoin just seems to remake itself. They write it off, then it hangs around, languishes, and then takes off again, which is what we see going on now. So we will keep an eye on Bitcoin, and we will let you know what it is we see as things continue to go. If you're still long Bitcoin, hey, that's okay in your practice trade. We'll continue to keep an eye on things, tracking both volume and price movement. Thank you so much for being with us all week. Again, markets are closed tomorrow for Good Friday. Hope everyone has a great Easter holiday. And we always love to hear from you. cw@chartingwealth.com. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Patreon members, sent you the email last night about the weekly vertical crossovers. Did that early so you'd have them for Thursday, along with the Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies and your exclusive 3-wave trades. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, all you got to do is follow the link in the show notes or at the website. On the daily notes, just follow that link, become a Patreon supporter. The first thing you'll get, is Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth way. You're interested in options we have. I think it's the best, easiest, most simplistic, but thorough, and just great training for you. 3-part series. You get it for free when you become a Patreon supporter at any of the 3 levels. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.